What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Monday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium, and allow me to apologize once again if my voice is a little off. Just getting over a cold, so my voice still isn't back to 100%, especially here early in the morning. But welcome to a Monday. It's a new week. We've got the Denver Nuggets Carmelo Anthony jersey on because this might be the last day that we're betting basketball until October. Well, NBA basketball until October. We obviously bet WNBA a lot, and we'll be doing that a lot this summer as well, but does it come to an end tonight? I don't know. I've got a couple of plays on the NBA game. We're coming off a weird day. It was a losing day. It ended up being a 1-3 day because I had the Saskatchewan Rough Riders money line, which I added. But so the Rough Riders won that game, but it went under. So that was 1-1. We had the Blue Jays on the run line. They won in a huge comeback, but that didn't hit. And we had St. Louis against LAFC, and that ended up in a 1-1 draw. So that kind of sucked. But if you do follow me on Twitter, I had a couple extra parlays that I posted as part of my personal plays. We had the Diamondbacks and the Jays money line parlay. That hit. And we had the Reds plus 1.5 and the New York Liberty on a parlay as well. So we hit two parlays, which really helped save the day. And then the plus 125 on Saskatchewan. I've got a pretty good handle on CFL this year, so I'm excited to be betting the CFL and the Argos with their kickoff this coming weekend. Before we get into today's bets, just hit that QR code at the bottom there to sign up for all the books that I talk about in this video. If you're line shopping, that's the best way. We've partnered with BetStamp and with all of the books to offer exclusive offers you will only get as part of this code. So when you're signing up, you're going to get the best bonuses. You're going to get the best offers. Hit that QR code. If you can't use the QR code or you're listening on audio, the link is in the description below. You go there, pick the book you want, make a minimum deposit. You're going to get the best offers. And you want to shop around on different books because different books are going to have different lines. And that's, you know, in the long term, how you make the most money. Also boosts and all that sort of thing. The more books you're on, even if it's, you know, just a little bit of money in each book, the more books you're on, the more chances you have to win. So use that code to sign up for my exclusive offers there. Okay. It's Game 5 of the NBA Finals. We already have one official bet. That was the Denver Nuggets to win the championship and the Vegas Knights to not lose in 7 games. Or to not lose in less than 7 games. Vegas has already won that side of the bet because they've won 3-1. Even if they lose this series, that part of the parlay is going to hit. And then Denver just needs to win one of the next 3 games, and we win that parlay, which is great. What's going to happen tonight? Listen, it's a choice between what I think with my head and what I think when I look at the trends. My gut, and it's gut versus trends, should say. I'm going with the gut today. Feel free to go with the trends. I would regret it if I went with the trends against my gut and then lost. So the first one is Miami Heat plus 9.5. I think it's an elimination game of the NBA Finals, getting blown out in Denver with guys like Butler, guys like Lowry, guys like Spoelstra. I would be very surprised if the Denver Nuggets win the championship by 15, 16 points in a blowout. You look at the losses by Miami, they've lost by 13, okay. They've lost by 15, okay. They've lost by 9. One of those games covers, and that would have been Game 2. Sorry, Game 1 was by 9, and then they won Game 2. So the first 2 they would have obviously covered. The second 2 they would have not covered. Those spreads were 11.5 and 10.5. They covered them both. I just don't think that Miami's going to get blown out in this game. I think, you know, everything's on the line. And how many more chances is Kyle Lowry going to have to get here? How many more chances is Jimmy Butler going to have to get here? Let's remember he's getting into his 30s. They have to win this game. I don't know if they do. I think Denver probably wins this game. They win the championship on home court tonight. Again, we go back to the altitude. Is that an issue? I don't know, because Miami did win Game 2. They had a massive fourth quarter, so we'll see. I just don't suspect Denver to win this in a rout, so I'm taking Miami Heat plus 9.5. That's minus 115 at Betway. And then the other bet where I'm going with my gut versus the trends is I'm going over 208.5. Okay, you look at Game 1, it was 204, that went over by 17. Sorry, that was against Boston. You look at Game 1, it was set at 218, it went under by 21.5. You look at Game 2, it was at 216, it went over by 2.5. And then we've had 213 under by 10, 211 under by 10. It's gone down, the line's gone down every single game, to now we've hit the bottom of the basement at 208.5. When Denver wins, it tends to be a low-scoring game. I think Miami's going to keep it close. The game that went over was the game that Miami won. It went over 216.5. If Miami wins this game or keeps it close, it's going to have to be a higher-scoring game because that means they're going to have to hit their shots. If Denver wins this in a blowout, Miami probably only scores 85, 90 points. It probably goes under, and we lose both bets. As you can tell, I'm hedging more towards my gut, thinking that Miami keeps this game close, and they therefore go over the total. So feel free to bet the trends. All the trends indicate just keep going under until they find a number low enough. I think they've done that at 208.5, and I think this game goes over, and that's minus 110 at DraftKings. So those are the two bets for the NBA Finals. We shall see if this is the last time we bet the NBA until October. NBA landscape's going to be much different next year. A lot of coaching changes. We've got a huge draft coming up. It's going to be a very interesting offseason. So if this is it, it's been a great ride, and I'll be very excited to see the Denver Nuggets win this. I also have a ticket of Denver to beat Miami on an exacta for plus 120. So we have a lot of futures in play, which is great. Last bet of the day. We're going to go to Major League Baseball, and we're going to go to the Cincinnati Reds and the Kansas City Royals. I'm going to make you watch the Reds and the Royals. Not only that, I'm betting on the 18-47 Kansas City Royals. I am. And this is a trend with Zach Greinke, who's starting for the Royals, that goes all the way back to last year. He's just way, way better at home. Royals are 18-47. They're 9-23 at home. I get it. Reds are 31-35. They're 14-17 on the road. They've won 2 straight games. I get it. Zach Greinke, who has not been all that good this year, in 13 starts, he's 1-6. He's got a 4.59 ERA. I get it. At home, his ERA is 3. On the road, he's 0-4, and it's over 6. This was the same exact trend that we saw last year. He was great at home. He was terrible on the road. Obviously, he's getting significantly older. How much better can he keep this going? I don't know. But the Cincinnati Reds aren't that great either. They've got Luke Weaver starting for them. He's coming off 3 2/3 where he gave up 7 against the Dodgers. He gave up 3 to Boston previous to that. He hasn't had a win since 6 starts ago where he went 6 innings against the Mets. He still gave up 4 there. He's only got 1 win in his last 10 starts. He's got 2 losses and 7 no decisions. I don't want to deal with the bullpen because these teams are both terrible. I don't want to worry about that. So I'm just taking the Kansas City Royals in the first 5 innings on the money line. Again, if it's tied, it's a push. And I think Zach Greinke will have a better start than we're usually expecting. It's an 8 o'clock p.m. start. So I'm taking the Kansas City Royals based on the fact that Greinke is much better at home. Luke Weaver is 1-2 with a 6.27 ERA and a 1.42 whip on his own. So overall, even with Greinke's terrible road record, he's a better pitcher than Weaver. So let's go Kansas City Royals money line, first 5 innings for minus 124 at FanDuel. Again, if you want any of these odds or get on any of these books, use this QR code or use the link below. Sign up, make a minimum deposit. You're going to get the best offers, and you can get on all these bets on all these odds. So there is your card for Monday. I'm taking the Miami Heat plus 9.5 for minus 115 at Betway. I'm taking the Heat and the Nuggets to go over 208.5 for minus 110 at DraftKings. And I'm taking the Kansas City Royals minus 124 on the money line in the first 5 innings at FanDuel. Drop a comment if you're fading or following. You can follow me on Twitter at Tyler Connie Inform picks and props throughout the day. TikTok and Instagram for just your picks portions, and your audio is on Spotify and on Apple. Have a great Monday, and let's talk sports.